Hey, what's up, y'all? This episode 90 of the People's Podcast. Today's topic is going to be, am I my brother's keeper? I mean, and go ahead, because it's going to touch off on plenty of topics.
It's a deep one though. I'm gonna let you start that one out, and I'm just gonna fill in with you. Let me hear your thoughts on that.
Okay, my thoughts is, yes, I am my brother's keeper and my sister's keeper as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes a village, but you know what, though? You want to see somebody do better, you show them better. You know,
So
and
true.
and then things not gonna be accepted. You got to know when to step on and move on to another situation, or just keep it moving, because everybody not gonna be accepted to positivity.
So true.
You know what I'm saying? And by being your brother's
I've
keeper,
been I've been I've been on my diet for years, and I don't force nothing on nobody, but just to tell people the health effects of having your diet and being on top of your stuff. A lot of people they don't want it. They want to fight it and argue it. And then when the doctor tell them the same thing, and they come back and tell you, well, bro, you said this, like, bro, I'm not trying to show you I'm right. I'm just trying to show you health.
exactly, and try it before you do anything,
Mm-hmm.
especially if it makes sense to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like I told
Yeah.
my mama, I just told my mama this. She was out here for 3 weeks, and we was having a conversation. I was like, Mom, you see, I got a routine here with the twins and stuff. How I get up and this. I'm not telling you to just get up and move at my pace, but just get up and do something. Laying around, just eating candy and talking about what you're gonna do. That ain't helping. And people, like you say, we are our brother's keeper on that same note. But sometimes we give them the knowledge, and they want us to do the work while they reap all the benefits too. So it's a two-way street on being your brother's keeper too. They got to be receptive of the help that they keep giving them.
Yeah, but you and I both know we not gonna sit around and let somebody do the work, and we're not gonna feel appreciative. We're not gonna feel like we actually done something. No, somebody sit and do the work for us. No, I'm gonna feel like, damn, I need to step it up.
But a lot of people don't look at it like that. A lot of people are this is, I ain't gonna say people. This society in this era is more. They feel everything is microwavable. Everything should be given to them. So to be your brother's keeper, you give knowledge to 100 people, and probably one out there 100 gonna take it and run with it nowadays.
Yeah,
Your odds are real low with the people that are really chasing success. Don't nobody success ain't just built in one weekend. Sometimes somebody can hit the winning lottery number, come up with the next best thing and go, but the masses ain't gonna play that. That's a very
yeah,
small window.
yeah. But you know what? That's why I think we feel the same way. A win is a win, whether it's one out of 1,000 or one out of 1,000,000. A win is a win.
But it just gets me in the way people think is they don't look at if they was going to work every day making $10 an hour and they created something where they're technically making $22 an hour on their own time, they don't look at that as a win. That ain't nothing, and they don't know how to savor in that win in that moment.
Well, that $22 an hour on their own time, I guess it goes all to them too, right?
Exactly.
So that's a
But they
dead
don't
gift.
but they don't look at that as a win. That's not nothing because in society's eyes nowadays, such and such is doing this, and I want to be doing what he's doing rather than happy in the moment of what they're doing.
And that's another thing. Social media and stuff like that gives us a false sense of hope. They show what they got. They don't show what it takes to get it, or if they even have it.
To be
Honestly.
honest, I don't even think the picture that. I think they just show the things that they want to see.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like I say, I see stuff, I admire it, and then I'm like, wow, they must have worked hard for that. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. It's not like, oh shoot, I
I'm gonna
want
tell
that.
you what fucked me up. I'm gonna tell you what took me all the way out of social media. I've been looking for an old school car, so I've been kind of everybody telling me look on this and this. I'm looking in the G bodies on and stuff, and so I see this info commercial with Snoop, Nelly, Floyd May, all this, And then I know somebody that don't have no money came right in there. I said, "Oh, the internet is on."
Mhm. But yeah, you in the
So
right
that
place. You in the right place for G bodies though and stuff like that, because y'all ain't got no salt. Y'all don't have no snow. Things that would generally tear up an old school car.
but what I'm looking for, they ain't in mass out here. I want a Grand National.
Ooh, ooh.
I want another one of them for years.
You had one before?
What I haven't had, cuz.
Damn, I'm thinking like, damn, Grand National. That's the strongest V6 you can get.
Yeah, they some beasts. And then they collector's items too. You know, you didn't see them back then much, and you still don't see them that much. And when you do see them, they speak for themselves.
Yeah, I remember. I acquired. Lisa had got a car that had the hood scoop like a Grand National. It wasn't one though, but it was kind of in that category, especially with the rims, the tires the Grand Nationals have.
It didn't have a V6 in it.
It had a regular V6 in it.
Yeah, because you know they made the T type. The T type is like the Grand National without the black badge. Badge has got the V6 turbo in it.
Yeah, it didn't have no turbo, and it didn't have the back trunk. The what do you call that, spoiler?
Yeah,
It didn't have that. It just had the hood scoop.
because some of the T types is more desirable than the Grand Nationals.
Well, yeah, especially if you can't get a hold of a Grand National, you gonna go with what
No,
next?
they made a WC4, I think it is. That's a T type. It's got all the same bashings as the Grand National. It's just lighter than the Grand National because it's got aluminum bumper hinges, aluminum. It's got aluminum parts on it to make it lighter, so it makes it faster than the Grand National because it's lighter.
Okay, because new Grand
And they
Nationals.
that WC4, I think they only made like 1,200 of them or something like that. So they're a rare car.
Yeah, but when people got them, they knew this though. They got them, and you ain't finna find a Grand National in bad shape.
Oh yes, you can. I can see you
Where?
some videos. Some.
Where?
all,
Where?
all over. You find remnants of them all over. Everybody, you can find them as kit cars, but as far as when you talking about buying one already done up or original, they want a pretty penny for them. But you can
Yeah.
find shells all throughout the country.
So basically, if you don't want to do the work, then go ahead go ahead pay a pretty penny.
Exactly.
But you got to balance your options. You want to pay that pretty penny to fix it up, or just buy something that's restored or natural, kept up. You know.
Anybody that has restored a car or put any money into a car, they'll tell you they won't do it again because it's a endless pit. Because every time you go to fixing something else break or you find something else, rather than paying out of pocket for pretty much somebody else doing all the stuff that you would have done.
So it's best to just go ahead and get it and have it.
Exactly, because now you got a turnkey project. Miscellaneous stuff gonna happen with a vehicle, but it ain't like, okay, you didn't went out and done a whole shot. Now you got to change the whole rear end.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
them brakes
yeah.
gone.
And that's good to know because actually I want another Caprice. I had a '79. I was the second owner. I was the proudest motherfucker ever. Natural, no tint, hubcaps, sitting good, clean. And then what I do, put sounds in it. That's when everything went downhill because I had people coming to fucking get the sounds out of it. What else I do? Put rims on it. So now it's high key, like people see it in this shit now. So that was the worst thing. But when I had it natural, had the normal radio in there and the hubcaps on there, it was fine. People, was like, wow, that's nice, it's clean, but
You had
yeah,
to ghettoize it, huh?
yeah. I niggered it up.
But you know something though, that like you say, I want my old school. I'm gonna put some rims and tires on and stuff. Not nothing gaudy, but some nice little to fit the car. And when I feel like that ride or whatever the case may be with the music and things of sort, that's what you do it for. It ain't gonna be no everyday street beater, but when I do want to get out and do what I do in it, I'm gonna have fun in it.
Yeah, I even went as far as the TVs too. That was fucking ridiculous. Like I
I
was just
never
a
got into
walking
that
target.
phenomenon. I never got into that phenomenon.
Yeah, I was a walking target. I was a target, I swear. Like, man, it'd be somebody sitting on the passenger side plotting. But yeah, I
But
kind
you had
of,
fun, you had fun doing it. That's all you can say.
yeah, I did have fun. Every single chance, every penny I got went into it though too. Like you said, I put a lot into it. But at the end of the day, like, you know what? I would rather have just got something already done. Now in hindsight, you're right. Because they let them put the work in, pay that price, and then you go ahead and roll.
Exactly, because you need to think of how many amps and stuff you changed out in that car, and you pay for the same
Man,
thing 3 or 4 times,
I
and
had
so on.
I had two big ass amps bridged with the two 12s in the back, and I made it everything. The amps was hidden, but the 12s, the case matched the car, and I just did a little bit too much detail to it. And I'm like, you know what? This is something I should just put in the garage and just ride when I feel like riding.
We have to think that to it for the moment.
Yeah.
Yes, goes back to man, my brother's keep, because that's a jewel that any young dude getting into the car world, you can inform them on to keep them from making the mistakes of jacking off 20, 30, $40,000 into a car that ain't gonna be worth nothing.
Right. And then with the gas price, they don't guzzle gas because they don't have all the stuff equipped nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Only thing you could do to save you on some gas is keep a tune up.
Of it in some cases too.
Say what?
That's about the size of it too, what they try to tell you in some cases. These
Yeah.
gas prices are through the roof.
Yeah, that shit was funny as hell. You sent me a picture like, man, I'm getting stuck. I'm getting held up. I'm like, what? I seen a picture of the gas pump. I was like, you crazy. Man. But yeah, man. I want to go in. I want to dig deeper though too. Am I my brother's keeper?
Let's talk about it.
We should all be, right?
Yes.
You know, each one teach one. You heard of that, but man, and also things that come along with it is accountability. Hold your brother accountable.
That's what a lot of times ain't going on. People not holding each other accountable.
And hate it or love it, it gets appreciated. If you know what if you know somebody's intentions is good for you, you're not going. It's going to be well received.
Exactly. I'm going to put you
then,
on while I go use the bathroom. Hold that thought 1 second.
All right. But yeah, man. And then accountability is another thing about are you your brother's keeper? And then good or bad, you got to realize that you are somewhere because of somebody looking out for you. Somebody taught you something to where you need to be in life. You know what I'm saying? Like a life lesson. And you pick and choose. Some people have bad decision making though too. They pick and choose the wrong choices, what they want to go through and stuff like that. But for
constantly.
I know. And then once you hit your head against the wall, you're gonna be like, damn, why do I keep hitting this damn wall? This shit hurt. Let me think of something new. And that's
the thing right there that a lot of people got to continuously keep doing the same thing repetitively and can't wake up.
Yeah, and the thing is, another thing, like people, I don't know, people misinform you. Another thing is communication about being your brother's keeper.
Okay, speak on that.
People misinform people and stuff like that. They don't tell them the whole truth or half a lie. You know what I'm saying? So misinformation will have you looking for something that's not even actually there. Or believing something that nobody can stand on. You know what I'm saying? A dead ringer, when you talking to somebody, taking advice from somebody or asking somebody for advice, you know for a fact they've been through that or went through that and made it out successful. You're not
True.
gonna ask no crackhead how to stay off drugs. You know what I'm saying?
But one thing I can say, indeed, I did learn a lot from crackheads, though.
You did, but you ain't learn how to stay off. Well, actually, that's a different story. You did learn how. I mean, me, I learned not to do it.
You know something, to be honest, a lot of crackheads told me when they used to be sitting there getting high and telling me their story, they'll say, young guy, don't do this. Don't ever try this. Whatever you do, don't try this. I heard that a lot. Don't try this. This ain't for you.
Yeah.
So I heard that more than often.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. But they will tell you that, the real ones.
Yep.
But yeah, that's a game that I would never actually embrace in my whole life ever again.
You know, so I'm looking on it now. It's like, if I could do it all over again, I say I would save more money, but the death and destruction that shit brought, I knowing what I know now, I wouldn't pump that shit ever again. I wouldn't have pumped it again if I had another chance.
Yeah. And then you think about that, with that statement you said, obviously you had other options being a thinking man.
You know, that's what I tell everybody. When everybody be telling me like, you could have done this, your mama was on drugs and this, that, and the other. No. I found something I was good at, and I excelled at it. And, you know, like I say, I can still run a Fortune 500 company or whatever the case may be. That was what I was good at. And that's what I excelled at. And, you know, at the time, if you tell me, shit, I was the Barry Bonds of my motherfucking, you know, the Michael, my era. So I
Jose
say,
Canseco shit. Yeah.
but it's like, if you don't know much, you can't do much, because all I saw was the money, the things that it could acquire and things of that sort. So, and coming from a little young guy in the inner city with nothing to having that type of money, who gonna tell you right or wrong? I'm employing, I'm doing everything. But
yeah,
you know, looking at how it tore up our community and all that type of stuff, and the devastation it took and the lives that was lost behind it, it makes me say, looking at, you know, having young kids myself and grandkids now, I say, whoa, I created a lot of that. A lot of that mayhem that goes on around there, that's a product of me. Even though I ain't in it no more, I set the mayhem for that. So it's a lot of things that you look at, you know. Like I said, if I could do it all over again, I wouldn't do it.
That's
personally.
awesome. And you know what? People didn't realize what great human being you are, though, before that. With all that, just strip all that away. They didn't care what type of fucking person you was. They care about what you had or what you could do for them.
So
you know
true.
what I'm saying? So like, no, if somebody actually took the time to be like, you know what, you a smart ass motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Be like, you shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's other shit you could do. And that Fortune 500, not far from your reach.
You know, I had several friends do that and try to pull me off. Porky, for instance. Porky tried to get me out the game.
Man,
when we started the lowrider company, I just couldn't.
He was fucking in Lowrider magazine. Do you know how big that is? Still to this day.
Bro, that was my goal for us to get in the Lowrider magazine. That's if you talk to Porky, Porky will tell you. Porky can look at this episode and say that was this motherfucker's dream, not mine.
Porky's Hydraulics, that's a dead giveaway, man. Every $5.99, $4.99 I went and got a fucking Lowrider magazine just to see your fucking, you know what I'm saying, y'all in association with, you know, like, damn.
Yeah, bro, so I've had several businesses, but it was hard for me to let go of that street life. You know, that fast money is addictive. That shit like crack itself. So a lot of us, you know, we get caught up in that lifestyle. I was never a diamond and clothes type person, but the lifestyle itself, being able to do what I want to do, live the way I want to, and have the cars and things I want, that shit right there was the thrill for me.
But yeah, and I spoke about that on another episode, like Porky. So that was major. Do you know how big Lowrider was when that publication came out? It reached everybody.
Yeah, we used to be on top of all that. Porky showed me a lot about business with doing that hydraulic stuff.
A lot about business.
Man, and it's not going nowhere. It's over in Japan right now, still heavy.
That shit took us around the world. We got a lot of stuff me and Porky just saw with that lowrider shit. It all came from me wanting to make a car hot. I came to him, I said, Porky, I want to make my car hot. He was like, what the fuck you talking about now, Ken? Like, man, I want to put hydraulics on my car. Man, he said, what car? I told him that Monte Carlos. He said, Jesus fucking Christ, you ain't gonna kill me for that.
Man, but and it made sense though. Like everything eventually got hydraulics in it though. Eventually everything had hydraulics.
Exactly. Now it's air ride and everything. This shit is just phenomenal, bro.
Yeah, man. Everything comes with full 360 though, mind you.
That's life.
Mm-hmm. And then another thing though, you never know who you influence on your way up or down.
And you know something, bro? I done met a lot of people along my journey that tells me that, and I'd be like, wow, I was just doing me. They always tell me it was something good. They'd be like, man, you stopped me from doing this, or I was in this situation. I'd be like, damn, I wasn't even thinking about it like that. I was like, you about to get the fuck yourself off, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, being your brother's keeper involves actually it's a two-way street. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta look out for them too. And they gotta, you know what I'm saying? And they gotta look out for you.
Yeah, a lot of people in that situation, they perceive that it's something that you gotta do, as you said. You don't have to. You do it from the kindness of your heart because you feel some energy or something in somebody that you feel they need.
You feel they will be receptive to it. Absolutely.
And don't get me wrong, shit. It's been several times, too many times I counted I got egg on my face, but I didn't do it with the pretense of getting nothing in return. I just done it because that was the thing to do. I felt at the time.
And the universe works that way. It'll come right back to you.
It always works like that. That's why I tell people, shit, two things I ain't gonna never do. I ain't gonna go to bed hungry. I have to sleep outside. I done reached out to too many people.
You know what? That's some deep ass shit. There's the two goals like that: go to bed hungry and not sleep outside. That's some shit. And think about it though, because I'm receptive towards it because it makes me think in my mind. I don't think like the average person. The choices I make are not going to have me go to bed hungry or have me sleep outside. So thinking wise, whatever I do, it has to coincide with that fucking motto though. Like that's deep though. Like, I mean, that's the way I think though. Like, not finna go to bed hungry and not sleep out.
That into they way of how they treat people. Because if you go into that mind frame of thinking like that, you're gonna think about others. Because you know, when I ride down the street and I see somebody will work for food and all these signs and stuff, I ask myself, what choices did you make
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You make that you ain't got a couch that you can lay on. It ain't my point to judge you, but I just question and say, I can't put myself in that position.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the way I think about it though. It hit perfect, makes perfect sense to me. Like somebody might interpret it in different, like you know how people common sense ain't so common. To me, that phrase you said was common.
On my way here, cuz this is what I do. Like, don't get me wrong, I eat good and stuff, but I'll do stuff like this for myself, my sake. I'll make some rice and some beans and some cornbread. And then just remember back when you didn't have that money, when you didn't have things to where that was a meal for you. And you know, we get into this point of where we got so much, all this stuff, and we can go to whoop-de-whoop and buy $70 steak if that's what you want, and this, that, and other, then we lose focus of the basic stuff that was gourmet to us. And sometimes you got to take yourself back mentally, because it's like I was telling you the other night. When if anybody done county jail time, they know that toilet is their lifeline. That's your refrigerator, your wash basin, telephone, everything. And so in saying that, if you didn't ate out of a toilet what makes you so bad, so good, that you can't eat beans and rice in your own kitchen?
Absolutely. That makes too much sense to me. You know what I'm saying? To me, it makes too much
Me too.
sense.
To me too.
And we were talking about that. We definitely did. And we done touched bases on a lot of stuff though, man. Random shit though. Like, you know what? We're gonna take it back to you sent me that tray, that gel tray.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody
And,
wants it, but they don't want it. Yeah.
and I'm like, my first thought was like, this picture kept me from doing a whole bunch of stupid shit.
And see that right there, that picture right there, saw me see a lot of motherfuckers break. A lot of motherfuckers break. What I mean by this, I'm on my diet. I don't give a fuck what you push through that tray. I'm not eating it. I go hungry before I eat that bullshit. And a lot of people, it's just because of this. No. If you break this early in the game for that bullshit, you'll fall for anything. Discipline.
And people see that from the gate though too. Mind you, they watch it. As soon as you step through there, they know they're like, okay, we're gonna. If somebody eat that, then yeah, oh no. And then when you see that, you got to reevaluate your actions to what got you there.
And see, that's why I say it goes back to this. That bullshit is less than par what they feed you there. And then you get out here and you can control your diet and you still eat bullshit.
You're really not in control, honestly. If that, you know what I'm saying? Like it's stuff that you can control, you don't, but you want to talk about the systematic shit though. It all starts with self, I think.
Control their diet. If they slow their mind down and their metabolism down, you don't have to eat 3 times a day. You can eat once every other day and still sustain. That's what they don't understand. They so busy. They don't understand them bodies and themselves, so they don't understand how to maintain, because you're not gonna feed me nothing that I don't want to eat. I don't give a fuck what it is. I go without. I know I can go 7 days without eating.
What about water though? I need water.
Oh, you definitely gonna need the water. You definitely gonna need the water.
Yeah,
but you can slow your metabolism down. You're gonna drop some weight, but that's part of the sacrifice. Is you gonna stay true to what you believe in, or you gonna let somebody infringe something that they want to put in you? That's the thing.
Dope. You know what though? Honestly, cuz you should start a channel like with your diet and techniques and stuff like that. Like, because I don't have enough time in a day to actually talk about the real shit though, that you when I eat something, I take shit into consideration. I don't know if it's a mental or psychological thing, but I ate a double cheeseburger yesterday and it was delicious, but I felt like shit.
It wasn't, you know what it was. It tastes good going down, but the after effect it's just like with me. I know dairy fucks me up. I'm my nose, like I just went to see my man and he was eating a Klondike bar and he said, "You want some?" I love ice cream. So my nose.
I'm lactose too, so I get it.
So that's the consequence of it. Tastes good, but I know all night I'm gonna be blowing my nose. I know all night I'll be doing this. I keep tissue with me. All night I'm blowing my nose, waking up in the middle of the night sneezing. But that was part of what you felt with that cheeseburger. I know this motherfucker gonna fuck me up. Woo, that motherfucker tastes good right now.
And the pros and cons, like I'm gonna skip on it next time.
And see, that's where the discipline come in at. And that's what happens when you detune, like when I told you I had cut the internet off and stuff. And then when I started changing my diet and stuff, it was like a lot of stuff that I used to like, I don't like no more. Because the taste difference. A lot of sweet stuff I don't eat as much because I cut my diet back and cut out all these other stuff that the sweets don't get to me like that. I don't want it. Like I used to go to every morning, go to McDonald's, get a large coffee, 7 creams, 12 sugars and 3 pumps of caramel.
You was amped for the month off of that shit.
That was nitroglycerin. Now I don't even push coffee. I just put regular creamer in there.
That's dope, man. The thing
But it-
is, though, yeah, I don't, and actually, I don't think it's really psychological. My body probably was like, because it's very far in between now to where I'm trying to get my body to be and how it accepts certain foods. I had some rib tips. I was like, oh, tastes good, Miss Rib Tips, but I was like, oh, it's kind of sluggish, heavy.
How long before that had you ate pork? Was it pork rib?
It was yeah, they were. It was pork ribs. Ooh, I don't even remember.
But see, and then see, that's the thing. When your body start weaning from stuff and you put it back in there, it's like, okay, if you smoke weed, if you start smoking for 3 or 4 weeks, 5 weeks, and then smoke, and it can be some mediocre shit, you'd be like, God damn, cuz, where you get this from?
Yeah.
Went down, and that's the same thing with meat and stuff. When your body detox from it and you put it back in there, you either gonna get because this is what's gonna happen when the body takes something. 3 things gonna happen: is you're gonna sweat profusely, it's gonna shit it out, or it's gonna puke it out. But it's trying to get that out of it. Whenever you take something in your body,
That's exactly. And yeah, you're releasing toxins. Those are toxins that you're taking in. That's your body response to toxins.
Yeah, trying to get out of it.
So I felt the urge, like, oh, but I'm like, damn, I'm at work. I gotta hold this shit in. Then sweating, like really, really sweating, and then like I gotta go to the bathroom. That's your body pushing everything out
of it because it hadn't had it in a while.
Yeah, so that makes sense to me. I'm trying, man.
This cuz I can come over your house and you can be like, you can cook breakfast. You be like, cuz, you want some eggs? I know you don't eat the pork. Like, yeah, you just rinse the pot out and cook the eggs in there.
That's contamination. That's contamination.
Knot it up. And you ain't, and it's just the juices. I ain't even eating the meat.
Well, technically, when you lose the juices from like a fruit or a vegetable, that's detrimental. But when you lose the juices of a meat, it's still the meat there. It's still the poison. It's still the same way.
I ain't gonna say it's poison because it ain't poison. It's just that bodies digest things different. I learned that at an early age when I was younger. When I was real young, meat didn't process it for me good. It used to constipate me. So it wasn't hard for me to start really changing my diet and playing with my diet as I got older. And as I got older and found the things that I like and don't like and was able to eat them, I stayed away from things that I didn't like and gravitate towards things I did. Like everybody asks me, is you a vegan, vegetarian? I'm not nothing. I just choose not to eat meat. If I want some cheese, I'm gonna put cheese on it. If I want some mayonnaise, I'm gonna eat mayonnaise on it. I ain't going to and laws. No, because what works for you may not work for me.
Exactly, and that's what you got to figure out your own body. That's why I explained to you, like, it tasted good, but it wasn't. Oh no, the consequences. I know better next time.
Exactly.
But yeah, man, this has been a great window. We gotta touch bases and sit down and plan something bigger though. Like I got some shit that's in the work though. I got some more equipment coming in. So be ready for that though, because I'm gonna need your ideas.
I'm all for it, because I didn't taper my things back to where I can focus on, me, my workout, my body, my diet, and these little rascals right here.
Look, they chilling though.
They sleep. So they didn't finally went down and took a nap. I'll switch this mug back around now. Okay. There we go. Hold on. Yeah, they didn't finally laid down and took a nap.
Most definitely. That's a good feeling. You better follow suit. Because when they jump up, you guys jump up.
I got a routine. It's 6 o'clock. They'll probably be waking up in about 30 minutes. I cook something else or heat this up for them, put them in the tub. By 9:30, 10 o'clock, if they sitting there watching TV with me, they'll start phasing out. Put them in the tub about 30 minutes, let them get wrinkly.
Yeah, they good and sleep. Good and sleep, man. Hey, that's how we had to do though. We went through that. We know what it is.
Exactly.
All right, man. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna upload this. I'm gonna send it to you through your text messages and everything. And thank you, man. I appreciate you coming through.
Man, I appreciate you, and safety and prosperity, cuz.
Safety and prosperity.
When you ready for the next one, I'm ready too.
All right, bet. See you next week.
All right.
All right.